does it make the game duration as long as the old Arc Warden before?
Oh, he can still hold his base for 10 years. Oh, hell yeah. Because you just have to sit in the base for that long.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, T1 are very comfortable with it, but he will be under some pressure with the rotation down from DJ.
This is a good move. This is a needed move, it feels like.
I'm still waiting to find our first blood, and Zephyr's going to give that one over to Raven as the Arc Warden. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he's getting jumped.
Just some poke and prod. Zed Cuckoo, no point in the Ghost Shroud, but he's got plenty of one charges to play with. Try and stand his ground and push back Fnatic. This is leaving Mitch alone. As Karl's going to drop the cord, Genuel's going to try and step in, but the Weaver doesn't provide too much. Maybe that's where jabs can come into play. They'll still lose the life of the Invoker as Karl's able to get out of trouble. So a big rotation. It's actually T1 that's... Don't have TP on Armel if they are needed, but this is a good timing on T1 with the catapult wave.
Just watch out for the Wrath of Nature. Level 6 now on Nature's Prophet. That's the one thing T1 has to be careful of. Here it comes.
And it's coming in with the teleport too. Jabs so much burst on Cuckoo. The Ghost Shroud is out, but he doesn't have a way to cut through the Sprout. Zephyr's trying to stand his ground and beat onto Genuel, but the Weaver so pesky, they don't have a way to catch up to the bug as Fnatic. The +1s are going to be so difficult for T1 to deal with through the... Instead of maybe like a boots into Witchblade, or just brown boots into Witchblade, I should say. So wanting to maybe tank up a little bit more.
Okay.
He's got
Raven.
Coil and a Raven. They still are without the Scythe on Cuckoo. You'd love to find the first charge of the game, but the damage is plentiful to cut off the life of Raven. A little bit too late for his TP. Seeing that be an issue right now. Once again, Cuckoo down bottom. He's got the Scythe this time. I'm not going to wrap all the way over, but doesn't get the connection. Oh, Jesus, that Wrath of Nature taking Cuckoo down to half. It's going to get a little bit of bonus health back, but it doesn't matter as Fnatic. The poke from afar gives them an easy kill, and now they're eyeing up Zephyr.
Kind of cool. And we're seeing that pressure already. Whitemon starting to blast bottom tower from the tree lines.
And simultaneously, we're also seeing... Actually, hold that thought. Bottom lane, TP's down. Whitemon in a good position to be able to scout out Armel, but DJ already in a location to be able to block off the escape avenue. So another TP down that nets him a kill on a support.
Anything you can get this early game. When you've got this super greedy draft, like anything you can get, as we see. T1 starting to set up for their farm here. It's going to get soaked from the other side.
Jabs is going to go down. Okay, so Karl, that was not even coil used. It looks like the overgrowth. And back to the triangle. They've been able to cut away the tree of DJ, so Cuckoo will find his first Reaper Scythe charge of the game. There's Armel. Well, he's looking to get involved in the action, stepping in along with Genuel. They have Raven too, so Cuckoo, very tanky. We see how difficult it is to kill off the Necrophos. But can they punish Fnatic from overstepping the boundary? It looks like they'll run into the Weaver to the north. So that would be Gabby with the finishing blow.
Does he have the whole thing down? Yeah, he does have it finished. Yeah, he does. Well,
Top lane, Karl. Coil out. Cuckoo's going to be a little bit too slow. A TP out, but Karl has got the yields to cancel that. And now poor old Jabs. Oh, he thought he predicted them. He's like, all right, all you...
For his own farm. DJ's got the Fusel Blade done in a second, so... Maybe when they have the fuse on everything, and once they all group up, you can see these team fights happening, but... Yeah, for the next few moments, you definitely feel a big slowdown for them.
Well, they might be able to kill off Whitemon. A cold snap to be able to cancel the TP, so the Pugner's life will be expended before the rest of T1 are able to show up. Game's slowed down, and something that when, you know, Southeast Asia, it's always fast action.
Things have changed once, you know, it's like everything's getting closer to TI. People are being more careful, but here we go. Fnatic, they're smoked.
Got a really good ward on the higher ground to give them information. They're going to move to the north by the outpost. Overgrowth will hold them back. They're unable to lay down the Wukong for some control. Gabby's going to try and continue to retreat, but meanwhile, it's just all their ultimates lay it down as they're just in the meat grinder. Jabs will try and BKB TP out. They've already lost two back in the front of the pit. The Arc Warden's been caught out. He's trying to stand his ground. He'll get a kill after the death, but oh, it's only on a position.
Both, they have like two of the heroes, in my opinion, that gain damage based off of items the most. Arc Warden and Nature's Prophet. Like, they need items to actually do stuff.
Jabs, get out. Get out. They've got overgrowth, so there's no hope of a BKB TP. He's still going to go for it, but Zephyr's stalking, and they wouldn't even need it. They will not even need the overgrowth as Jabs is killed off, but Fnatic, they want the fight.
Okay, I mean, this is bold.
I don't know. Not without Jabs. Let's see how they can start this. A double boundless into the Wukongs. They're trying to focus down Gabby, who's falling lower and lower. The life stream isn't enough. And now Cuckoo, he's soon to be killed off as well. Fnatic taking a team fight with a numbers disadvantage. But Fnatic, they show up huge, taking away 2 lives and almost third. But what was that?
Wow. I mean, that was very unexpected. Perfect connection on both heroes with the stun from the boundless, and I guess since they saw the puck bottom, they have to get him like immediately with the tiny, if they're gonna go for him, that is. Going well. Looks like he's gonna be the one to walk into them.
Armel.
He has
BKB
BKB though.
BKB is going to do just that. Overgrowth keeping Armel in place. Gabby's
Misses
waiting the
his
wings,
combo.
trying to find the angle. It's going to go to the west instead. Is Gabby. An easy 1-2 punch. We'll cut away the life for Genuel. Let's see what they want to get out of this. Maybe just the tier 1 top.
Good versus puck. I thought might be an option for him, but no. He's just gone straight for later scaling, is what I want to call this.
Well, the Orca was actually the first item he had queued up.
Yeah, that's...
Oh no. In again goes Gabby. And there was almost a hope for a time lapse, but Gabby gets back-to-back kills.
Yeah, they have no medallion. Tiny not the best clear for it. Said they're gonna look for a gank potentially. They see Armel in mid. DJ, he's smoked. Oh,
Gabby, plus back. DJ in the river. No escape as they find another scythe kill. Cuckoo 4 charges. Back to Roche they go. Now, with all this going on, bottom tier tower is falling, so Jab's at least getting something out of the map.
but a Roche for sure. Once the Monkey King's dead, there's no way you can contest the Roche. On the side of Fnatic, great grab from T1. I mean, Jabs, he's Jabs.
No way. No way. He's toying with them. He's like, yeah, there's maybe a chance. He did free up an item slot. I would never expect that. So that is just a ridiculous amount of farm that's been taken away from Raven.
Jabs, there's a ward.
What's going on bottom? Yeah,
The Tinker ward.
Jabs. There's not much he can do.
Zephyr's here. He's waiting.
He's just stalking at the tree line. And again, there won't even be a threat of the overgrowth. They've done way too much damage. And Jabs is just on the just T1 to stay in the area. But they are very defensive back to the T2 tower.
Now they're going to try to stop some TPs. Look, Jabs is porting bottom. Starting to scout.
Jabs for a little while, 15 seconds without the Nature's Prophet.
Karl's on him.
But they might have caught him out. Bottom lane, Karl is going to move down with the help of Zephyr. Coil dropped if required, and there we go. Comes into play as Jabs tries to stand his ground to potentially kill off Zephyr, but they don't even have the damage. Now back to the river. Gabby, oh, it's a huge catch onto Armel's Invoker. Now they've also ran into Raven. And BKB looking to stand his ground on the high gun, beating into Gabby, but White on the medic making sure there's minimal damage dealt into Gabby's Tiny. It's Fnatic. Multiple buybacks, but
The one thing I'm looking like, they have heroes and they have the itemization, as you mentioned, with the bots to address a, lane of racks being brought down. So T1,
oh,
they
the
get
jump
the
in
jump.
instantly. Gabby, Hex out of the moment, but good luck killing the Tiny. 3,900 health, and they just evacuate away from the area as Karl series and that chemistry has been building. And we see they're in a position where they should be pushed to a game 3, and a game 3 that could decide if they can qualify to the major or not off the back of this series. But open for well, we were, the question was given as well at the end of the panel, asking how long this game was going to go for. It's always a question mark when you're against the Arc Wardens, but what's going on bottom lane? Okay, Nature's Prophet's been caught out. Well, it's been Jabs' role the entirety of the game to try and make space and try and split push the map, but his life will be cut apart as Cuckoo. Another charge, 110 seconds. That's even.
For 20 minutes. And everyone just listened to us talk about them split pushing for 20 minutes and killing them.
Oh, the comms must be so rough on Fnatic. You at least have a buyback on Jabs, so it is back and available.
I'm sure they're talking about just like, oh, that's a sick ward. Oh, the grab.
Gabby, what? Oh my lord, that combination onto two. They just walk together, hand in hand, and they'll join each other in the grave. Multiple buybacks are out for Fnatic. They need to get something out of this. But again, T1, they just walk away. They just walk away.
And that was Raven's, his real hero. That was his BKB on the real hero. So that's like, he can't.
The one thing is that, oh, never mind. Gabby's just gonna brute force this high ground. Waiting.
Okay.
To get the instant hex, a lot of damage. Wyman off to the side,
Gabby?
but still they've blown up Gabby. Tiny's killed off. Now they're on to Cuckoo. Karl's still trying to provide as much chaos as he possibly can. Cuckoo with a ghost shot, protecting for the duration, trying to juke to the right side of the fight, but Karl again in he goes. Potentially can snag the gem, but just the chaos. Karl, look at how aggressive he's playing. Back to the outpost. I'm not looking to jump, but Karl, dude, Fnatic.
Whitemon's got one now too, though. I think he bought another one for the Pugna.
Okay. Oh, they're actually tipping it to top.
Bots too.
The boots of travel, instant BKB, but it's not going to matter. Overgrowth and coil, everything they would desire to lock Armel in place. They're already hunting for more. They're trying to catch any stragglers, but Fnatic, they're out of the area. As much, but it's so much gold they go over earlier in the game.
Let's see. On to high ground. 40 seconds.
Play this one. This is a bit
Karl.
rushed. They could take first. Okay, tree's gonna be claimed. Zephyr, nicely doing instant use of the scythe. No messing around from Cuckoo. Wants to put the Monkey King in the grave. He doesn't have a buyback. Now further inside, Armel's going to be forced to buy back. They're onto Cuckoo. A lot of damage to the Necroforce, but Gabby follows up. Inside the base they go. The BKB can stand his ground as there's no answer. This cleave is all they would need as Gabby just shreds them apart. Buybacks are lacking. They get one out of the Arc Warden, but a 2-on-5.
And it is the dieback from several different heroes as Gabby finally gets to play after dying before. And now they can close it out.
Just being
Felt like it was a long time coming, but wow.
Yeah.
What a performance again.
I mean, Karl went 11-0-13, and in the end, T1, they get to force it to a game 3. Like you said, a long time coming, 55 minutes in, but what a solid showing from them, being able to stem the momentum that Fnatic were building off that game 1 performance.
Yeah, no, definitely. That was just clean, controlled. Fnatic just trying to split push all game. I think they quickly realized that their draft just fell apart too much early on, and yeah, T1 just controlled lanes and then just dominated. Karl, the last pick, these last pick mids seem to be everything so far this series.